Okay, welcome in. I want to do something. It's going to seem a little odd. I have done videos in the past where I've recorded players' seasons, careers, I should say. I have a little playlist. It's called Career of, and I got a whole bunch of players there that I've been looking at. Now, there are certain players that are standout that are iconic. I just did one earlier yesterday with Wayne Gretzky, obviously one of the greatest players we ever to ever watch play the game. And then I've done other ones like Joe Thornton. I think I did one with him and Eric Stahl. So a couple of the veteran players as well. Now those guys stand out for their own reason, but I specifically chose Derick Brassard just because the amount of teams he played for was absurd. When he first came in the league, he only played for one team for a certain amount of years. I'll get into all the stats, but it just seemed like since like 2016 or whatever it is, he's been like on every team, like one team every year. And we'll dive into the stats in here in just a second. So he was drafted sixth overall in the first round of the 2006 NHL entry draft by the Columbus Blue Jackets. So I will scroll all the way down to his stats just so you can see. So he was drafted in 2006. He didn't play in 06-07, but in 07-08, he played for the Syracuse Crunch, who were the AHL affiliate team to Columbus. So he played 42 games with them, 15 goals, 36 points, 15 goals, 36 points, 15 goals, 36 assists, 51 points. I just got to take it slow. He had a +9 that year. His penalties, he had 51 penalty minutes, 121 shots. Shooting percentage 12.4. He had 1 game-winning goal, 6 power play goals, 6 power play points, and he didn't have anything on the shorthanded. So that was the only time he ever played in the minors. Now, before I get into the NHL career, it's crazy how some guys can excel that fast. There are other guys like McDavid, who just automatically came into the league. I don't think he spent any time with Bakersfield. And there's other guys that probably take them 2 or 3 years to develop in the AHL. So people develop at different paces, and some learn faster, some learn a little bit slower. But so the only time that Derick Brassard ever played in the AHL, he never got demoted, and the rest of his time was his first professional year, 2007, 2008. So he would be called up later in the year by the Blue Jackets, 17 games. He had 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, -4, 6 penalty minutes, 13 shots, and he had zeros across the board when it came with game-winning goals and shorthanded goals, stuff like that. So very disappointing to say the least, considering he has so much promise in the AHL. But I will say this as a side note, the AHL and NHL are 2 different levels. So you can excel at the AHL and then take a long time to develop at the NHL. So it's very common. So his first official season, 2008-2009. So basically that would have been like his rookie year. 31 games. He was plagued by injury as well. 10 goals, 15 assists, 25 points. He was a +12 in that category. He had 17 penalty minutes, 59 shots. His shooting percentage was 16.9. He had 1 game-winning goal, 3 power play goals, 7 power play points. So this was the kind of guy that they were hoping that he would pan out to be. He played 79 games in his technically sophomore year, 2009-2010. 79 games played. He had 9 goals, 27 assists, 36 points. So his points did increase. He was a -17 in that category, 48 penalty minutes, 125 shots. He had no game-winning goals, but he had 4 power play goals. He had 10 power play points. Therefore, he had a lot of assists as well, and nothing on the shorthanded side of things. 2010-2011. 74 games played, 17 goals, 30 assists, 47 points, -11. He had 55 penalty minutes. He had 183 shots, 9.3 shooting percentage, 3 game-winning goals, 6 power play goals, 16 power play points, which was a career high at that point, and still nothing on the shorthanded side of things. 2011-2012, 74 games played, 14 games, 27 assists, 41 points. He was a -20 in that category. He had 42 penalty minutes, 125 shots, 11.2 for his shooting percentage. He had 3 game-winning goals, 5 power play goals, 15 power play points, and still nothing on the shorthanded side of things. Now, the 2012-2013 season was technically only played in the calendar year of 2013 just because of the NHL lockout. So I think they played like 48 games, if I'm not mistaken. So he played 34 games for the Blue Jackets that season. 7 goals, 11 assists. He had 18 points. He was in -2. 16 penalty minutes, 63 shots. 11.1 was his shooting percentage. He had 1 game-winning goal, 1 power play goal, 7 power play points, and nothing on the shorthanded side of things. He would be traded to the New York Rangers, where he played 13 games. He had 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points, +3, no penalty minutes, which was very impressive. 25 shots. His shooting percentage was 20% even that year, which was a career high. No game-winning goals, but he had 2 power play goals, 2 assists, therefore he had 2 power play points, and again, still nothing on the shorthanded side of things. So his first full year in New York, he almost played a full season. 81 games played, 18 goals, 27 assists. He had 45 points, which was like his second total highest of his career. He was a +2, so back on the positive side of that plus-minus rating is always a good sign. 46 penalty minutes, 159 shots. 11.3 was his shooting percentage. He had 4 power play goals. He had 4 game-winning goals, but this was the more impressive thing. He had 7 power play goals and 18 power play points, which was a career high. And again, nothing on the shorthanded side of things. This guy was definitely a top 6 forward in the peak of his career. 2014-2015, almost a full season, 80 games played, 19 goals, 41 assists, 60 points, which was a career high, +9, 34 penalty minutes, 168 shots. His shooting percentage was the same as the year before, 11.3. He had 3 game-winning goals, 6 power play goals, 18 power play points. Therefore, he had 12 assists on the man advantage. 2015-2016, 80 games played, 27 goals, 31 assists, 58 points. Pretty darn decent, which was a career high for him. A second career high, 58 points. He had 60 the year prior. +12, 30 penalty minutes, 182 shots. His shooting percentage was 14.8. He had 5 game-winning goals, 8 power play goals, 22 power play points, which was a career high. And again, still nothing on the shorthanded side of things. So he was still a top 6 center at this point in his career. Now in the offseason, he would traded. It was like a 1-for-1 trade where he got sent to Ottawa, and then the Senators ended up sending Zibanejad. So who really won that trade? Considering Zibanejad's still playing on the Rangers and he's still elite, I would say the Rangers won that trade. So his first year in Ottawa, he almost played a full season, 81 games played, 14 goals, 25 assists, 39 points. Very disappointing considering he had 60 points just 2 seasons ago and 58 points the prior season to this one. He was a +12. He had 24 penalty minutes, 195 shots, which I think was the most he took up to that point in his career. His shooting percentage did go down, 7.2. 3 game-winning goals, 3 power play goals, 7 power play points, and again, still nothing on the shorthanded side of things. Now, 2017-2018, this would be the start of like many trades or many signings. So I guess it all really started in 2013, but at least he played 3 seasons with the Rangers instead of just splitting time between. So he started out with the Sens, 58 games. He had 18 goals, 20 assists, 38 points, a -1, so back in the negative side. 30 penalty minutes. He had 164 shots. His shooting percentage was 11%. He had 2 game-winning goals, 4 power play goals, 5 power play points. At the trade deadline, he'd be sent to Pittsburgh, where he had 14 games played, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. He was a +1. He had just 2 penalties, therefore he had 4 penalty minutes. 33 shots. His shooting percentage was 9.1. 1 game-winning goal, 1 power play goal, which was the power play point, and still no shorthanded points to that point. 2018-2019. Now this would be a crazy. I've never. It's very scarce where someone gets traded twice in the same year, but I'll dive into that in just a second. So he started the season out in Pittsburgh. 40 games played, 9 goals, 6 assists, 15 points. So very disappointing to say the least. Pittsburgh obviously had higher aspirations for him. He was a -6. He had 29 penalty minutes, 62 shots. Although his shooting percentage was 14.5, which wasn't too bad. He had no game-winning goals, but he had 2 power play assists and no shorthanded points. So Pittsburgh would trade him to Florida, where he played 10 games with the Panthers. He had 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. He was a -6. So he had 1 penalty, therefore 2 penalty minutes, 16 shots, 6.3 was his shooting percentage. He got 1 assist on the power play before getting dealt to Colorado. So again, it's very scarce where someone gets traded twice. I do recall when Thomas Vanek back in, I think, 2014 was traded from Buffalo to the Islanders, and then the Islanders then traded him to Montreal. But other than that, I find it very hard, very scarce where a guy gets traded twice in the same season. So he would finish the regular season with the Avalanche. He had 20 games played, just 4 goals, no assists, -7. He had 8 penalty minutes, therefore he had 4 penalties, 32 shots. His shooting percentage was 12.5, which was pretty decent. He had no game-winning goals. He had 2 power play goals, 2 power play points, and again, still nothing on the shorthanded side of things. So after that season ended, he would sign. His first time he was actually able to sign with another team rather than them just trading him away. He only played 1 year in New York with the Islanders. He had 66 games played, 10 goals, 22 assists, 32 points. He was a -2, 16 penalty minutes, therefore he had 8 penalties, which isn't bad considering he played 66 games. 110 shots, his shooting percentage was 9.1. He had 1 game-winning goal. He had 3 power play goals, 10 power play points, therefore he had 7 assists, and again, a non-factor when it came to being on the penalty kill. So in the summer of 2020, or I guess maybe it's not the summer of 2020, it would have been like fall of 2020, or maybe even early in 2021, because just like 2013, the NHL season only played in that calendar year. So he would sign with Arizona. He played 53 games with them, 8 goals, 12 assists, 20 points. He was a -10. He had 12 penalty minutes, therefore he had 6 penalties, 67 shots, I should say. 11.9 was his shooting percentage. He had 1 game-winning goal, 4 power play goals, 6 power play points, and still nothing on the shorthanded side of things. In the summer of 2021, he would sign with the Philadelphia Flyers on a 1-year deal. He only played 31 games there, 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. He was finally back in the positive side of the plus-minus with a +6, 10 penalty minutes, therefore he had 5 penalties, 46 shots. His shooting percentage was 13%. No game-winning goals, but he had 1 power play goal, 1 power play point, so he had a goal and an assist with the man advantage. Philadelphia would trade him to Edmonton, where he'd finish out the season there with 15 games played, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. He was a -2, 6 penalty minutes, so he had 3 penalties, 16 shots. His shooting percentage was 12.5. He had 1 game-winning goal and nothing when it came to being shorthanded or on the power play. Now, in the summer of 2022, he would sign with Ottawa, his 10th team. 10 teams, unreal. Imagine moving that many times. I'd go mad. 62 games played, 13 goals, 10 assists, 23 points. He was a +3 to finish out his career. He had 30 penalty minutes, 92 shots. His shooting percentage was 14.1, which was a step up compared to the last 5 or 6 years. He had 4 game-winning goals, very impressive. He had 5 power play goals, 10 power play points, and again, nothing when it came to being shorthanded. So for the most part, he was a top 6 center. Towards the end, he would go and be in like the 3rd slot or on the bottom line as well, just because with age, it's hard to keep up with people that are like 18, 19 years old. So unfortunately, when it comes with age, the guys tend to drop to the bottom 6, while the superstars and the fast skaters always get the top 6 roles. So in total, he had 1,013 regular season games played. He had 215 goals, 330 assists, 545 points. When it came to the plus-minus category, unfortunately, he would finish in the negative with a -28. He had 465 penalty minutes. He had 1,935 shots. He would average basically 11.1% with a shooting percentage. He had 33 game-winning goals, 65 power play goals, 163 assists, and there's no point in me scrolling over to the shorthanded side because he had no factor there. Okay, we'll take a look at his playoff stats now. With the amount of teams that he's played for, he must have made the playoffs once or twice. So in 2007, 2008, I do remember saying at the start of this video how Columbus called him up for the season. Well, because Columbus didn't make the playoffs in 2008, he obviously went back down to Syracuse, where he had 13 games played there, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points. So basically a point per game. When it came to there, he was a -2. He had 10 penalty minutes, 43 shots in that series, or in those 2 series, I should say. His shooting percentage was 9%. He had 2 power play goals, 2 power play points, and again, nothing when it comes to the shorthanded side of things. So from 2008, 2009, up until 2013, Columbus never made the playoffs that entire time. So at the trade deadline in 2013, he would be traded to the Rangers. He had 12 games played, 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points. He was a +1. He only had 1 penalty, 22 shots. His shooting percentage, just like his time in 08, was the exact same. He had 1 game-winning goal, 1 power play goal, and 3 power play points. Therefore, he had a goal and 2 assists with a man advantage. The following season, the Rangers would return to the playoffs. This time, they went all the way to the Eastern Conference Final. 23 games played, 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. He was a +4. He had 8 penalty minutes, therefore only 4 penalties, 45 shots, 13% was his shooting percentage, 2 game-winning goals. He didn't have any power play goals, but he would have 3 assists. The third year with the Rangers, again, made the playoffs. I think they went to the conference final again, where unfortunately they lost. Sorry, I meant in 2014, they went all the way to the Stanley Cup final. I should have said that. In 2015, they went all the way to the Eastern Conference final. There. Now I got that correct. 19 games played, 9 goals, 7 assists, 16 points, which was his career high. He finished with a +9 rating that season, 20 penalty minutes, 55 shots. His shooting percentage was 16%, which was a career high. He had 1 game-winning goal, 2 power play goals, 5 power play points. So that was the best postseason he had when it came to statistics. The fourth year with the Rangers, he would unfortunately only play 5 games. I'm pretty sure the Rangers lost in the first round. They had to have, yeah. I think they lost to the Penguins, if I'm not mistaken. So only 5 games, therefore only 1 round, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. It was almost a point per game there. He would finish with a -1 rating. He didn't have any penalties, though, very impressive. 11 shots, his shooting percentage was 9%. He didn't have any game-winning goals or power play goals, but he had 2 assists. So 2017, he played for Ottawa in the postseason. They went all the way to the Eastern Conference Final. I should say Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final. And went into like double or triple overtime. So really the Sens were just a goal away from advancing to the Stanley Cup Final. They were that close. 19 games played, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points, -3, 8 penalty minutes, therefore 4 penalties, 49 shots. His shooting percentage was 8%. He didn't have any game-winning goals or power play goals, but he would contribute with 4 assists. So 2018, he would play for the Pittsburgh Penguins. They went to the Stanley Cup Final, I'm pretty sure, 2018. So in 2018, sorry, they got bounced in the second round. I'm thinking of 2008, I'm sorry. 12 games played, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 power play points, -1. He had 4 penalty minutes, therefore 2 penalties, 21 shots. His shooting percentage was 4%, which I believe was his career low. 1 game-winning goal, 1 power play goal, and 1 power play point. So therefore he had 1 goal and assist when it came to the man advantage. 2018-2019, he would play for the Colorado Avalanche. They would get bounced in the second round, if I'm not mistaken. 9 games played. He didn't have any goals. He only had 1 assist. He was a -2. 8 penalty minutes. Therefore, he took 4 penalties, 11 shots, and nothing when it came to the extra man. 2019-20. Now, these games were interesting because that's when COVID happened. So all the Eastern teams played in Toronto for the first 2 rounds, and then the final 4 played in Edmonton. So technically, the Islanders played in Toronto for the first 2 rounds. Then they flew to Edmonton to play in the Eastern Finals. I was always confused when it came to that. I thought they would have wanted to keep the East and West teams separate until they met in the final, but the final 4 ended up playing in Edmonton. So either way, 18 games played in that crazy COVID playoff, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points. He would finish with a +1 rating, 6 penalty minutes, therefore he only had 3 penalties, 34 shots. His shooting percentage was only 5%, and then he only had 1 assist with the extra man. In 2021, he played for Arizona. They didn't make the playoffs. In 2022, he only had 1 game played with the Edmonton Oilers, and it was zeros all across the board. Now, again, I don't think really anything stands out with Derick Brassard because I think he won a few trophies in junior, but he didn't win anything in the NHL. Didn't even win a Stanley Cup. So I don't think he'll be a Hall of Famer, but who knows? I mean, anybody can get in, and a lot of people that should be in aren't. So I don't know. It's very confusing when it comes to the Hall of Fame decisions. But I just wanted to point out how many teams this guy played for. 10 teams in a 16-year span, which is crazy, or a 14-year span, I should say. I just thought it was nuts. Came in with Columbus and then got traded to the Rangers, and then the Rangers traded him to Ottawa. Ottawa traded him to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh traded him to Florida. Florida traded him to Colorado. Then he signed with the Islanders, then the Arizona Coyotes, then the Philadelphia Flyers, and then got traded to Edmonton. So it's just crazy how many teams this guy played for, and it just blew my mind. Like every offseason, it was like, where's Brassard going to sign now? And again, I said this before, I couldn't imagine moving that many times. I've moved a handful of times in my lifetime, and it sucks. Imagine having to move cities or move out of the country. I couldn't even imagine. That would be such a pain, because you'd have to get to there, meet your new team, your GM, your coach, practice, and then obviously get ready to play. And then all your stuff's getting moved in the meantime, so I think it would just be chaotic. But again, that's just my opinion. Alrighty, so that's going to take care of this video. I do plan on doing more videos in the future with different players, and if anyone watches this and you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know, and I'll certainly do my best. As always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative. Until next time, and as always, take care.